Wait in the dark, in the bark, not a scream or a cry or a bark, more like a spark. I tremble like an alcoholic, muscles tighten up. What's that like numb? You see a sight, but
How y'all
feel
doing,
like
YouTube? Me again, Chocolate Torpedo, and I am finally back with the next part of my update. It's going to be all VHS for the next probably 2 or 3 parts, because I picked up a massive amount over the past 3 weeks or so. Some from Amazon.com, some from like just various like Goodwills and Salvation Armies and pawn shops and places like that, and old like record shops. But I'll go ahead and jump into this, and there's a lot in here that I wasn't really expecting to find at all. You got some good deals on some, but I'll go ahead and jump into this right now with Sorority House Massacre 2. Picked this up Saturday, I believe, for $1 at Half Price Books. So I was glad to see that. Obviously, sun faded on the front. It's pretty standard as far as these massacre films go. It has to do with some of the supernatural and stuff like that. It also recounts one of the some of the events from the earlier Slumber Party Massacre series. About these girls that buy up this old house that belonged to one of the girls in the previous Slumber Party Massacre series. But these girls buy this house to set up for their sorority house, and yeah, so, and that's that. And this is part 2. I haven't watched the first one, but I enjoyed this one a little bit. I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing ever, but it wasn't the worst thing ever. Really corny, really cheesy, but worth picking up if you can find it, I guess. Next up we have Ice Cream Man, Clint Howard. I know it's available on DVD with alternate cover. But I actually prefer this cover, honestly, which is why I picked it up, and it was cheap. So I got this off Amazon. This is the one that they discontinued, but I can kind of see why. But yeah, basically it's about this crazy ice cream man. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's a scene in it, well, right there. It's kind of a spoiler. That scene that I'm covering up right there is one of the funniest death scenes I've seen in any movie. But yeah, it involves this kid, one of the kids' character's dads, and his mistress, and yeah, that's all I'll say. It's pretty out there and pretty funny, and the dialogue in this is extremely corny. So it's a really fun watch. Highly recommend this if you can pick it up on any format. And this is one I picked up from Amazon. It's called Slasher in the House. Don't know anything about it. Pretty plain Jane cover. It's got one of these squeeze and shake things. It's kind of faded, or kind of glossy or whatever. But that's that. And then Dr. Blood's Coffin, another plain Jane cover. Wasn't really expecting this cover, but this next few I'm going to show are all from Amazon.com. Don't know anything about it, haven't watched it yet, but get around to it one of these days. Next up is The Craving. Pretty cool cover. Looks to be a werewolf movie. Don't know much about it. It's a little bit sun faded. It's on Vestron Video. Nothing on the back. And we have Deathstalk. Again, not the cover I was expecting. It's pretty weak covers, these last few, but I'm just glad to have these in my collection. Trying to bulk it up. So, and then we have The Hidden, starring Kyle MacLachlan. Don't know what it's about. Haven't seen it. Picked it up from Amazon. It's pretty cheap. And next up is another one I picked up from Amazon, The American Scream. This is one I had been looking forward to for a while after seeing it in Country Trash's video on DVD. It's basically about this family that goes up for vacation with their kids and the son's friend. And anyway, the kids start to notice there's something going on with the adults in the town that they're in, and it just kind of gets weirder from there. The kids start seeing all these weird visions of people dying, just violent deaths, and just crazy visions of stuff. But yeah, really corny, really cheesy. And it's got kind of a twist ending, but I don't know. I mean, it's worth checking out. What's that? And another one I picked up from Amazon. It's called Soul Taker. Haven't seen it. It looked interesting. And next up, Mayhem, another Amazon purchase. I'll take that sticker off. Cool lettering. Don't really know what it's about. But that's that. Go to City Lights Entertainment. And then we have The Keeper, excuse me. This is a different cover than I was expecting, of course. Another one from Amazon, starring Christopher Lee. Don't know anything about it, but it says his treatments will make you wish you were dead. So sounds pretty intriguing. It's kind of a decent cover, I guess, but definitely not the one I was expecting. I gotta start reading these descriptions better as far as when I buy them, or start using eBay or something. But and then we have one I've been looking forward to getting for a while, Necronomicon, Book of the Dead. This was mentioned in that Fangoria's 100 Best Horror Movies You've Never Seen, so I always wanted to see it. Stories from H.P. Lovecraft, I guess. I'm definitely glad to pick this up. Another Amazon purchase. Stars Jeffrey Combs, by the way, too. So can't wait to take a look at that. Then we have a cut-up box of 3 on a meat hook. Didn't know it was cut, but I don't know. I'll hang on to it till I find an uncut version. It's got some pretty cool cover art still, even though it's cut. Haven't watched it, obviously, but it says, like The Rains and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this exciting horror movie is based quite extensively on the gruesome deeds of real-life killer Ed Gein. The villain, Charles Kissinger, meets a fate similar to Tony Perkins in Psycho, while his innocent son is blamed for the murders of several young girls. So that sounds pretty interesting. Sucks that it's a cut box, but I'll live with it for now. And we have spare parts. Excuse me. I saw this in KNJHorror.com's video, and it looked pretty interesting, so I figured I'd try to find a copy, pick one up. Haven't watched it yet, obviously, but box is in all right shape, I guess, but it's clamshell. It's that. So it's got some cool cover art. That was the main draw for me, but anyway, and then I got another stack here. A lot of these are from various places, like I said, Goodwills, half-price books, stuff like that, places like that. We got Flowers in the Attic. Don't know much about this. Heard some things about it, but don't know much about it overall. I know some chick or dude, I can't tell what that is right there. It's getting slapped the fuck out. I don't know what that's about, but looks interesting. It's based off a book. Spectre. It was $1, so I picked it up. It looks like trash to me, but whatever. And picked up I, Madman. I picked this up on DVD a while back. I don't think I've showed that in an update yet, but I will. It's I, Madman. It's about this chick that reads this story about this killer. Then the killings, he actually comes out of the book to kill in reality, basically. It's pretty interesting from what I can remember of it. This is the Video Treasures release of it. Found it at the Salvation Army for $1, so I couldn't pass it up, even though I already have it on DVD. But and these next few I got from this place called Everyday Music in Seattle. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. This is one of those covers I remember a lot as a kid. So I picked this up basically for the nostalgia value, I guess. I already got it on DVD, but I just had to have this. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut it off there, so stay tuned for the next part. I got tons more to show. So, peace.